Wow, what a piece of news to be waking up to on this Monday morning. And yeah, I mean, every Manchester United fan out there would be wondering what happened. At least in India, they would have gone to bed after a fantastic win against Fulham uh, last night, where you know they they scored a 92nd, 93rd minute winner through one of their young players in Garnacho, and then of course Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't playing in that match. He was apparently ill, and now we have found out that, I mean, what we can always guess what was going on with Ronaldo, and it's pretty shocking that it has come out in the way that it has. So, for those who are not aware, Cristiano Ronaldo has basically done an interview with a celebrity British journalist. He worked in UK US as well. Piers Morgan, and if you remember, around I think it was around 16th, 17th, or around 18th of August, just 2 weeks before the transfer window closed, he said Cristiano Ronaldo, that is, that he'd come out and do and everyone needs to find out about the truth. Not everyone knows what is going on at the club. The truth needs to come out, and then only everyone should be judging what happened, what didn't happen, the stories that have been made out about him. So basically, where did it start? It started when in July it came out that Cristiano Ronaldo had told the club that he wanted to move on after the club basically failed to qualify for the Champions League, and he wanted to play for a Champions League club. His He didn't go on club's preseason tour to Australia and Thailand as well. So that was the whole thing. And then now we have this interview that Cristiano Ronaldo has done with Piers Morgan, where he's just basically the full interview will be released on Wednesday and Thursday. It's a 90-minute interview with Piers Morgan, and in this interview, Cristiano Ronaldo has basically lifted the roof at figuratively speaking, of course, lifted the roof at Old Trafford, and basically the some of the excerpts that have been made available online are basically, you know, I don't know what would be happening at Manchester United or Old Trafford right now, but. It can't all be good. I'll be going through everything, in a step by step, or in a chronological order, or in an order that I think is that's worthy of being discussed. And then we'll see where it takes us. Of course, Manchester United fans may have their own opinions on where they stand on it, what Ronaldo didn't do, and yeah. So let's just begin. So let's firstly talk about Eric Ten Hag. Cristiano Ronaldo has said that he doesn't respect Eric Ten Hag because Eric Ten Hag doesn't respect him. Well, I was just before I came on here, I was, you know, doing some digging or just going through social media to find out what has happened, and trying to put some context about what has been said and what has been reported. So basically basically when Eric Ten Hag came in, and Ronaldo's request about leaving the club hadn't gone public. um, Eric Ten Hag in his press conferences always said that he wanted Cristiano Ronaldo to be at the club. He wanted him to be part of his team. He said he brought goals, which is the most important commodity for a for a for a footballer, or in a game. That's the differential that decides who gets the point and who doesn't. So that's one thing. And talking of Eric Ten Hag, when he came in, there have been a couple of incidents where well, you can question Cristiano Ronaldo. There was a friendly against Rayo Vallecano, Manchester United's last friendly before the season started, against Brighton and Hove Albion, where uh, where Cristiano Ronaldo was always scheduled to play 45 minutes, only the first half, and then he was seen along with other players as well, that he was seen leaving Old Trafford at halftime. At that time, some people said that Cristiano Ronaldo had the club's permission to leave Old Trafford, and some people said that he left and showed kind of disrespect. And the reason, on some of the social media channels, was that he wanted to beat the traffic. Well, um, I don't know whether footballers get that kind of security, that their buses can quite easily go past, or traffic wise. But anyways, so that was one thing. And then a few weeks ago, when Manchester United were playing Tottenham Hotspur, we saw Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag telling Cristiano Ronaldo to get warmed up and then come on for the last couple of minutes. Manchester United were leading 2-0 at that time, with goals from Fernandez and Fred, but Cristiano Ronaldo refused to come on, and then he we all saw him walking down the tunnel, and he was then suspended by the club. He was asked to train with the under 21 players. And Cristiano Ronaldo then released a statement on Instagram, saying, basically not apologizing, but just saying that he has always been a professional and that kind of stuff. And then what we see is that Cristiano Ronaldo comes in and says, and returns as captain. He was the captain against in their last game. I don't exactly who did they play uh, at Old Trafford. I think they were playing against Aston Villa. He was the captain. And then yesterday we saw that Cristiano Ronaldo was basically, it was said that he was ill. And yep, so Cristiano Ronaldo was ill, and then today we have seen that Ronaldo has come out and said that Eric Ten Hag doesn't respect him, but Eric Ten Hag made him the captain of the team. So I mean, something must have happened in the background. I don't know, don't want to speculate, but it's a um, it's a two-way kind of a street, where Ronaldo, basically, I don't know what he wants out of Manchester United. Last time round, he was also linked with Manchester City, And being a Manchester United legend, he was there at Manchester United from 2004 to 2009 when he moved to Real Madrid. So I don't know. Eric Ten Hag wise, uh, basically, what Cristiano Ronaldo has said about Eric Ten Hag, I can't basically see Eric Ten Hag playing him again. I don't know what to say, but moving on, there are other things that Cristiano Ronaldo has said in this interview, which deserve more deep diving. He uh, he also said, if you remember that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't join Manchester United. Manchester United's preseason tour of Thailand and Australia. They played one game in Bangkok and about three or four in Australia, Melbourne, Perth, and I don't know whether they played in any other location or not. But the thing that you need to understand is that Cristiano Ronaldo was the reason that a lot of people bought tickets for these games in preseason. And when Cristiano Ronaldo didn't turn up, there was a lot of loss, a financial loss to Manchester United because a lot of sponsors would have wanted him, in the on the tour playing, and a lot of commercial revenue for those sponsors would have come in from um from Cristiano Ronaldo's presence. um, more and more jerseys, Manchester United revealed their new jersey when uh, um, when they were playing in Australia. So it was a big loss for Manchester United's sponsors, etc. And at that time it was given that it is a medical emergency match. We all speculated that it might have been Cristiano Ronaldo's mother, but it has come out that in July the club didn't show any empathy to Cristiano Ronaldo because his 3 month old daughter was ill. You might remember in February Cristiano Ronaldo lost one of his childs. That girl, she had a twin as well who unfortunately died, and that was the situation. So, and Cristiano Ronaldo goes on to say that the club didn't show any empathy towards his 3 month old daughter who had to be hospitalized. So I'm basically getting this information and reacting to it as I'm getting it. And so, I mean, as bad as Manchester United may or may not be, but they should have. I don't know what Manchester United did to Cristiano Ronaldo, but they should have been more empathetic towards Ronaldo, given that Ronaldo, just 2 or 3 days after passing away of his son, he turned up for Manchester United. He was Manchester United's top goal scorer in Premier League with 18 goals. He was also their Champions League top goal scorer as well. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about that kind of thing. This is an area where, as you venture into it more and more, it becomes murkier for murkier and murkier. Uh, so I don't know what to say. Go The club isn't the only thing. I mean, the executive, etc. He says, apart from Eric Ten Hag, there have been club executives, two or three of them, where he feels they are pushing him out of Manchester United. Who these executives are, we can only guess. Just for the sake of it, I'll let you know that Richard Arnold is the club CEO, and John Murta is the sporting director, who looks after the player incomings, player outgoings. So that these are the executives. Just one more incident I wanted to highlight was, at the start of the season, or just before the season began, there was an episode where it was revealed, episode as in like an incident where it was revealed that Cristiano Ronaldo, as a result of Manchester United not qualifying for the Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo would have to take a 25% pay cut. And Harry Maguire, who's the club captain at Manchester United, was seen to be liking that post on Instagram. So, I mean, Harry Maguire, I don't think that. Harry Maguire ever apologized or ever said that liking of that post was you know accidental, or he did it by mistake. So I don't know what Harry Maguire, if Cristiano Ronaldo is putting the club captain in the same bracket as senior club executives. So who else could it be apart from, I've just told you about Richard Arnold, John Mata. These are the people who those executives could be. I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. He Cristiano Ronaldo says that he was close to joining Manchester City, but then Sir Alex Ferguson, who brought him as a 19, 20-year old at Old Trafford when in his first spell in charge, where he scored around 70, 80 goals in Premier League, and he also won three Premier League titles from 2007 to 2009. He also won the Premier League, the Champions League, when the final was played in Moscow in 2008. He In 2008, I don't. They beat Chelsea in the final. So he says, Cristiano Ronaldo goes on to say that the club infrastructure is basically the same since 2000, early 2004, 2005. That at that time, so the infrastructure, the kitchen, the jacuzzi, these kind of stuff, everything is same from that time. Nothing has changed. And this is the guy basically who has been to Real Madrid, Juventus in the meanwhile. And Real Madrid, they have not spared any expenses when it comes to taking the club forward. They have basically robots for players practicing free kicks. They have a retractable roof over Santiago Bernabeu. They are doing all sorts of things. And then we have uh, you know um, Old Trafford, where the club is basically, there's a leaking roof at Manchester United. And Glazers, because there is so much money that they are in debt or they have spent, they can't even spend money to redecorate, or to make sure uh, to put money into Old Trafford to look like a state of the art stadium. Of course, it's a stadium which has the highest capacity in England, around 76,000. And Cristiano Ronaldo is basically taken the club to task. He's also talked about the previous managers that he played under, uh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick. About Solskjaer, he goes on to say that in in before one of the matches, he didn't even give up team talk. He just put a video of him scoring the 2000 in 99 Champions League final, where he scored the winner against Bayern Munich very, very, very late. And then they went on to lose that game 5 nil. And we can all speculate which game it was, but in the last year, there's only one game that Manchester United have lost 5-0, and that was at Old Trafford against Liverpool. So this is what he's told about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't know why he got the full-time job. Yes, when he replaced Jose Mourinho in 2018, he started well. He, against all the odds, he got the club qualified for the Champions League, but then it was an absolute disaster. The club didn't win any trophies under his spell. They lost in the Europa League final to Villarreal. There were other losses as well. I think the last year they lost to Middlesbrough in the which trophy it was, in the Carabao Cup. And basically, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't a tactical manager. He was just like he let his coaches do all the talking, and yeah, that was basically it. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo had any respect for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and basically, I mean. Uh, why he was given the job and the kind of exit that he was given. He was basically given an, respectable exit by Manchester United. He was giving an exit kind of an interview, how what went wrong at the club, and yeah. So Cristiano Ronaldo saw all that. Imagine a team like Manchester United, where Cristiano Ronaldo played with the likes of Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, and those kind of players. And then we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talking about those kind of stuff, and the kind of beatings that Manchester United took. They lost 5-0 to Liverpool, 4-0 to Liverpool, 4-1 to Manchester City. They lost 4-1 to Watford. There were other losses as well. They went out to Atletico Madrid in Champions League. They went out to Middlesbrough in the Europa in the Carabao Cup. So these were the things that he had against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and basically, I can sympathize with Cristiano Ronaldo, but there were other players as well who were with him in these tough times. So, anyways, this was about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He also talked about Ralf Rangnick, who replaced Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He says, when you're not even a coach, how are you going to coach a team? So, and he says that he didn't even, Cristiano Ronaldo says that he didn't even know who Ralf Rangnick was. I find it very surprising when we talk about coaches, or the coaches who coach coaches. Ralf Rangnick is a very, very, very big name. I don't know how many of you follow German football, but Ralf Rangnick is a much revered and a much, 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 much respected name in German football as well as world football. I have tremendous amount of respect for Ralf Rangnick. You have to do is listen to coaches like Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp about Ralf Rangnick, and basically Cristiano Ronaldo saying he hadn't even heard of Ralf Rangnick is basically, I find it hard to believe. Don't forget when Schalke, Ralf Rangnick was the coach when Schalke reached the semi-finals of the Champions League in about 2011 or 2012. They even played Manchester United in the semi-final. I think that year Manchester United lost to Barcelona in the final. So Raul, who's a legend at Real Madrid before Cristiano Ronaldo or Karim Benzema, he was the top scorer at Real Madrid. He had played against under Ralf Rangnick. So if everyone knows Ralf Rangnick, then Cristiano Ronaldo. This thing I have to disagree with him completely. That how can you not know of Ralf Rangnick? Are you living under a rock? So that's one thing. I have to make my stance clear as well. Cristiano Ronaldo can say whatever he wants, but if Cristiano Ronaldo says that he didn't know Ralf Rangnick, who Ralf Rangnick was, is he's the current manager of Austria as well. Then I find it very hard to believe that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't know who Ralf Rangnick was. Anyways, so this was about Ralf Rangnick, and surprisingly or non-surprisingly, the thing about Wayne Rooney, what Cristiano Ronaldo has said about Wayne Rooney is perhaps the most, the most, ridiculous, ludicrous, or I don't know whether this is seriousness or whatever. Um, do you remember in 2004 or was it 2006 World Cup when Wayne Rooney was sent off against Portugal for some jousting against Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo was seen winking at Wayne Rooney when he was sent off. So I don't think there's any love lost between Manchester United, between Cristiano Ronaldo and Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. Uh, Cristiano Ronaldo says, "I don't know why Wayne Rooney criticizes me so much. Is it because that I am still playing and he retired a long time ago?" And he also says that I shouldn't say that I am better looking than him, but I am. That's that's what Cristiano Ronaldo says about Wayne Rooney. It's quite basically laughable that Cristiano Ronaldo, the length to which Cristiano Ronaldo has gone in the kind of detail he's talked about in this interview. That don't forget that the whole full interview will be available on Wednesday and Thursday. These are just just like a book that some excerpts have been released, but the whole thing will be released on Wednesdays and Thursday. It's a 90-minute interview. So that's where we are. He hasn't basically Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't spared anything. This is like a pure unadulterated going in at Manchester United. Anyways, uh, he's basically scored 100 plus goals for Manchester United again in his two spells. He was the sole reason the goals he scored against Villarreal and Atalanta last season that Manchester United qualified for the knockout rounds, where they were unfortunately knocked out by Atletico Madrid. And I mean, is this the end for Cristiano Ronaldo at Old Trafford? You have to look at the timing of the interview and then come to the conclusion. Yes, it is. He didn't play against Fulham last night, where Manchester United won 2-1 against the London club. Alejandro Garnacho scoring a 92nd, 93rd minute winner, and the reason given was that he was ill. Yes, he might have been ill. We can only think or speculate what might or might not have been, but now you look at it. Now it's the World Cup. At Portugal, he is basically revered. Nothing is going to happen with Portugal. You can choose the club you wish to play for or not, but then the country is the same. He is going to play for Portugal in the World Cup. When he returns, there are basically three games, Manchester United games. One is against Burnley, then they play against Nottingham Forest, and then I think they play one more game. I don't know who they play, but then the January transfer window opens and they can basically shake hands, literally, figuratively. I don't think there's any shaking of hands. And then Cristiano Ronaldo will be released. This is just my opinion. Cristiano Ronaldo can choose a club any which way. We don't even be surprised if Cristiano Ronaldo is his contract is terminated for breach of contract for doing this kind of interview. I don't think the club would have given him any sort of permission to go out and do an interview of this kind, where he's basically, you know, not taking any prisoners, and talked about Erik Ten Hag, who's the current manager, Ralf Rangnick, who's the previous manager, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, talking about the Glazers as well. Basically, if he's talking about club infrastructure, and that in the last 20 years, nothing has changed. The jacuzzi, the kitchen, everything, the tiles, the swimming pool. So he's taking a swipe at the Glazer family as well. So basically, I just think there's no way back for Cristiano Ronaldo, even if his heart is in the right place. Whether some Manchester United fans might agree with him that he did the right thing by the club. The club needed, someone to stand up to Glazers the way it has been run. Basically, Manchester United, they are a club. When it comes to net spend, I think they would be the highest net spenders in the market. But that money has not been spent wisely, and they have hired people who have come in and spent money badly. You look at John Mata, Richard Arnold, who's the club CEO, and before that Ed Woodward, and some other guy, Mark Edwards, something like that, who was the sporting director. The club has spent money, but it has spent badly. So I mean, you could say that the business that club did in the summer transfer market, was it panic buys, or it was well thought out plan by the club. uh, Casemiro wasn't the first choice of manager Erik Ten Hag. Um, we can also talk about Tyrell Malacia. He was basically going to Lyon before he came to Manchester United. Christian Eriksen took his time deciding whether he wanted to stay at Brentford or not, and then we have and then we had Anthony, who club spent a lot of money on. They could have easily, saved a lot of money on Anthony and Lisandro Martinez. In total, they I think they paid around 140 for both of them. Julian Timber from Ajax was, I think, Eric Ten Hag's first choice. So there are basically gaps where Cristiano Ronaldo has gone in on the transfer market. You, basically I have basically a lot of respect for Eric Ten Hag, the job that he has done. After the first two matches, they lost. Manchester United lost 2-1 to Brighton, and then 4-0 to Brentford. And then after that, if you look at the form table, they're doing remarkably well. They have beaten Liverpool, they have beaten Arsenal, they have also beaten Spurs. They lost to Man City, and they drew with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, even though they 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 might argue that they were the better side against uh, against Chelsea, and deserved to win. But then that's how it is. They drew with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The 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 situation isn't ideal from Cristiano Ronaldo's point of view. And basically, if I had to put money, if I could put money, I would put money on saying that this is the end for Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. And have he tarnished his legacy? That only Manchester United fans can tell you. He was he was absolutely astounding, absolutely brilliant. I don't know How many of you have started watching football now or were watching football in the early 2000s, when Cristiano Ronaldo was absolute at his absolute best? He was basically unstoppable. Just Google Ronaldo's free kicks against Portsmouth and those kind of stuff. So Cristiano Ronaldo was absolutely outstanding for Manchester United at that time. He and Wayne Rooney and then Carlos Tevez. These guys were absolutely outstanding. And then Dimitar Berbatov came in as well. Some of those matches were absolutely magical. There was a match where Manchester United were 2-0 down. They came back to win 5-2 against Spurs. They were winning all sorts of trophies. 2005 Champions League FA Cup final they lost, but then at that time Manchester United were winning a lot of trophies. 2008 Champions League final against Chelsea. A lot of people remember that game because John Terry slipped. His penalty hit the post. But if you watch that match closely, the first half, Manchester United should have been 3 or 4 nil up against Chelsea. In the second half. Drogba scored, but but Manchester United hung on and won the match on penalties. Nicolas Anelka missed his penalty. Ryan Giggs scored his. So just going back on some of those things that Cristiano Ronaldo did in his early spell. Um, it, it's just hard to erase completely, but a lot of fans will judge Cristiano Ronaldo for what has happened in the last 18 months since he has come back to Manchester United. Yes, he has scored 18 goals. Some may say, when I am sometimes analyzing what Cristiano Ronaldo has done, he scored 18 goals for Manchester United. Three of them were against Norwich, three of them were against Tottenham, two against Newcastle. So basically, eight of them were in three games where, yes, of course, Manchester United got points. And then, after thinking about it for 4 or 5 minutes, then I reevaluate and think, if Cristiano Ronaldo hadn't come to Manchester United, where would Manchester United have finished? Um, it's hard to think that would they have even qualified for the Europa League, in which they have drawn Barcelona. The matches in February, so he won't be playing against Barcelona. That is for sure. And then I just think that after being persuaded by Sir Alex Ferguson, Cristiano Ronaldo returned to Manchester United. My thinking is never go back, whether you are in a job or just in this case as well, whether you are playing for a football club, you should never go back. Because I mean, first of all, if you did badly the first time round, the fans would be skeptical about your wishes and the reasons why you are coming back. And then if you have done well, you can only tarnish your legacy at a particular club or an institution. So that's my thought process. Whether you are in a job, I would honestly never want to go back to an organization or a company where I used to work before. Yes, he was linked with Manchester City. Would that have tarnished his image? No. You remember Michael Owen played for Liverpool. Then he came back to play for Manchester United. Um, I don't know what Michael Owen's legacy at Liverpool is, but at Newcastle, I can tell you as a Newcastle fan, he's absolutely hated at Newcastle United. There have been other players as well who have played for Manchester City and Manchester United, and they have moved on from Manchester United to Manchester City. Let's take the example of Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez, for whatever you think of Carlos Tevez, he played for Manchester United. He won titles, and then Sir Alex Ferguson decided he didn't want to sign him. Peter Schmeichel, who's regarded as one of the best goalkeepers to have ever played in a Premier League. If you are making a Premier League side for the last 30 years, you would probably take Peter Schmeichel. He went to Manchester City. Owen Hargreaves went from Manchester United to Manchester City. It's not as if Cristiano Ronaldo would have been the first players from Manchester United to go to Manchester City. There have been other players as well. Wayne Rooney was linked with Manchester City. He would probably have gone to Manchester City. He used Manchester City's name to get a new contract worth 300,000 pounds at Manchester City. So I mean, um, yeah. So if I were to advise Cristiano Ronaldo at that time, and first of all, who am I? But then, as a football fan, I would say that don't go back to Manchester United. You can only, tarnish your legacy. But some fans are conflicted whether they should take Cristiano Ronaldo's side or club side. But there are things that you can do, and then there are things that you mustn't do, shouldn't do. One was Cristiano Ronaldo walking down the tunnel when he wasn't injured against the in the game against Spurs. And then this interview, some fans would say that this is totally unprofessional when he's contractually still a Manchester United player, and he he wasn't playing last night against Fulham. And yes, this interview was recorded. It's a recorded interview. When was it recorded? I I can only guess based on Wayne Rooney's criticism of Wayne Rooney's criticism of Cristiano Ronaldo, that this interview was probably recorded in the last 7 to 10 days. And why hasn't Cristiano Ronaldo done this interview with some journalist who's of Manchester United's beat? So only a true Manchester United fan can tell you where they stand on Cristiano Ronaldo and this interview of his. But how will this affect Cristiano Ronaldo, the club, moving forward? Manchester United are currently fifth in the table. If they win their game in hand, depending upon the goal difference, I think they could go up to fourth. They have a better head-to-head. Not that head-to-head counts in Premier League. They could go up to fourth. Spurs have played a game more, and uh, Cristiano Ronaldo will be moving on in January. Manchester United will need to spend quite a lot of money to bring in a replacement. Manchester United have already spent a lot of money, more than 200 million. They brought in, as I alluded to earlier, Casemiro. They brought in Anthony. They brought in Lisandro Martinez, Ericsson, even though he was a free signing, but there is a signing on fee as well. Tyrell Malacia. So these kind of players have been brought in, and a good striker, a striker who you think can come in and slot in perfectly, who knows the league well, can score the goals. Because after the World Cup, the matches are going to come thick and fast. Manchester United are in the Carabao Cup. They play Burnley. You would think that are good enough to beat Burnley, and then they have Premier League matches, they have Europa League matches. Europa League, they might exit at this playoff stage round. They have Barcelona, and then the FA Cup begins as well. So has Cristiano there is actually a need for Manchester United to bring in a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. Otherwise, this season, like last season, is going to peter out. There are some really good sides who are doing really well. Newcastle United for one, Chelsea aren't doing very well. Liverpool aren't, but then it's a long season. Manchester United don't have that many players, and they need to be careful as to if they want to get the best out of their squad, and they don't want this season to be turning into another season of nothingness. So that's the situation right now. Of course, as I said, the full interview will be released on Wednesday and Thursday UK time, and it's a 90-minute interview where Cristiano Ronaldo has absolutely taken the club to task. There isn't any aspect of the club that he has left out. Uh, just I don't know whether if you have a point of view whether this is the end for Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. Do let me know in the comments. I usually read all the comments, and what do you think of this interview, whether this tarnishes his legacy as a player, your opinion of him in your eyes. Where do you care, do you not care, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo is egotistical? I mean, he's just like any other player. There have been players who have been better, might not have been better, but like just as important for a club. So do let me know in comments as to what do you think if Cristiano Ronaldo has let his ego got the better of him, and then we can talk about. Of course, my opinion is I've told you that in my opinion this is the end. This is a line in the sand, and it's the end for Cristiano Ronaldo at Old Trafford. There is just no way back for him at Manchester United. And just the club is bigger than any other player, any player, be it Ronaldo or Messi or anyone. Uh, I was just going through some social media reaction as well. People are comparing the way Lionel Messi left Barcelona, and comparing this to how Messi left Barcelona. You cannot compare these two things. Not at all. When Cristiano Ronaldo first left Real Madrid, left for Real Madrid, he said he left with all the respect. He gave everything to the club in his capacity, and he basically did everything for the club. This situation is completely different, completely different. You just cannot compare these two things. uh, this thing is like brewing has been brewing for a long time. It's been simmering, and now it has come to the boil. Cristiano Ronaldo feels he's been made the term that he used was he's been made to look like a black sheep. um, I mean, he's been made to look like a bad guy, and yeah, so basically, a guy who's scored 700 plus goals in club football. He's all-time leading goal scorer. He broke the record of Joseph Bichan of Austria or Czech Republic, as it was back then. 800 and some goals for Portugal and all his clubs, including Real Madrid, Juventus, Sporting Lisbon, and Manchester United. Uh, do you have any sympathy for Ronaldo, or do you feel that Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, could have, could have left quietly? He did say, I mean, he didn't come out openly and say that I want to leave Manchester United, but everyone in the game knew that he wanted to play for a Champions League club. Uh, then there were like leaks at the club who were saying that Ronaldo had disrespected the club. Um, just regarding some figures, Cristiano Ronaldo joined Manchester United for around 15 million. He's 37 now. He'll be 38 in February. Basically, for next 2 months, there are no club matches, just a couple from what I know. So he'll be 38 in February. Manchester United cannot expect a transfer fee for him when he's earning £500,000 a week net. I think it is, could be gross, but any club that he goes to, they don't earn that kind of money, right? uh, uh, he was linked with Napoli, Juventus, Dortmund, Marseille. They don't earn that much money. Manchester United is a commercial behemoth. Manchester United are earning money out of their arse. Even if they're pooping, they're making money, right? Uh, they make tons of money, tons and tons of money. There are sponsors lining up. Some people might say that Manchester United are losing their commercial value, but then there are still sponsors who are willing to pay an arm and a leg to be associated with Manchester United. And so, so I mean, uh, Manchester United need. There are now two options. I think, in my opinion, available for Manchester United. Either they release Cristiano Ronaldo out of his contract, they mutually agree that it is basically the situation is untenable or something like that, and Cristiano Ronaldo leaves for free. Then, then the other option is uh, Manchester United may terminate Cristiano Ronaldo for breach of contractual obligations. So these are the few options that Manchester United have. If Manchester United expect a transfer fee for Cristiano Ronaldo, then I'm sorry. After this latest episode, they are sadly mistaken. They are not going to get any transfer fee. Commercially, I think they have gotten the best out of Ronaldo. Uh, uh, he has sold as many shirts as he could have. The fans seem conflicted. Some are saying that he's a traitor. Some saying that the club have done him wrong, and that's where we are with Cristiano Ronaldo. I just can't see him playing in in Premier League anymore. Having said that, just checking social media as well. Which club is favorite to sign Cristiano Ronaldo at this point of time in January? It's Chelsea. Chelsea were linked with Cristiano Ronaldo when Thomas Tuchel was in charge. Thomas Tuchel didn't want Cristiano Ronaldo, but then he's been sacked. Graham Potter has been brought in. It hasn't been that good a start for Graham Potter. So Chelsea, Manchester United. Oh, sorry, Cristiano Ronaldo and Chelsea. Is it a good combination? Would it work? Would Ronaldo go to Chelsea? Can Manchester United say that Cristiano, we will release you, but you cannot go to Chelsea as it's a rival club for us when it comes to Champions League places. So I mean, if it is a termination of contract, then it's up to Cristiano Ronaldo. He can go to whichever club he pleases. And so Chelsea's a club that's been rumored to have been linked uh, with Ronaldo. They are in Champions League as well. So it's a win-win for Cristiano Ronaldo. Chelsea can pay him money as well. Not sure they'll be paying all of the money that Cristiano Ronaldo is getting at Manchester United. He might be fined a few weeks wages as well at Manchester United for the interview that is about to come out. Uh, One more interesting thing or the thing that I found interesting was that this interview has come out at this time. This interview is of course pre-recorded. Uh, is pre-recorded. Whether Manchester United were aware and they gave a green light for this interview to be released or not, because it was very convenient of everybody to see that Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't there at Craven Cottage yesterday. He was supposedly ill. So I don't know whether they were aware of this or not. They must have given his green light and didn't want to, you know, if Eric Ten Hag would have then known as well what Cristiano Ronaldo was or about. Has already said about him. So he didn't want the distraction. Last night it was all positive with Garnacho scoring, and yeah. So there is a school of thought that Manchester United probably knew about this. Uh, you know that kind of stuff. I, I kind of lost my thought process over there. Then yeah, going back to Chelsea. Chelsea are in Champions League. They can afford Cristiano Ronaldo. Whether they go back for him, that is a chance. They have a lot of young players. They have Broya, so Cristiano Ronaldo can help them. Although who have Chelsea drawn in Champions League? Chelsea have Dortmund. Uh, the way Chelsea are playing, would you fancy Chelsea to get the better of Dortmund in Champions League? At least there are two more matches, and if Cristiano Ronaldo goes there, he'll probably sign an 18-month contract at least. His contract at Manchester United runs out in the summer. There is an option of another year, but I don't think that option at Old Trafford is being taken up by either party. Both parties would want to move on. If Cristiano Ronaldo is given a contract extension, then basically I don't know anything about football, and Eric Ten Hag, I think, would just walk out of the job. So I mean, what next? What next is when the full interview comes out, we'll find out more. As I said again, just repeating for the sake of it, that the full interview will be released on Wednesday and Thursday. So far, we have a few excerpts of that interview which are mind boggling in themselves. Of course, it's like a trailer where. They have they have enticed you to come in and look at the whole interview, the interview with The interview is with Piers Morgan. He's a he's a sports journalist. He used to do a show called Good Morning Britain. Yeah. Piers Morgan is an Arsenal fan. He was for a long time Wenger out as well. When Arsene Wenger was in charge, not sure what his take on Arteta is, but must be pretty happy with uh, with the with the state at Arsenal. And so basically it now will occupy a lot of column inches before the 2018 World Cup. 2018 World Cup. We have about 4 or 5 days before the tournament begins. Portugal, not sure about group they are in, but it was a relatively toughish sort of a group, just remembering from memory. And Cristiano Ronaldo has a lot of following in Middle East, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. So this thing will garner a lot of column inches. What kind of effect will this thing have on Manchester United's recruitment going forward? Don't forget, Bruno Fernandes was the captain of Manchester United yesterday. Diego Dallo is the is the uh, is a Portuguese player who who looks up to who looks up to Cristiano Ronaldo, the kind of signal it sends to players who are looking to join Manchester United in the coming coming years and months, when Cristiano Ronaldo has basically taken club to task about the way they have been run. So I mean, can't see it having um, any kind of positive effect on the club's recruitment strategy, even though um, even though the club spent quite a lot of money. So about Portugal's group, they are in Group H with Uruguay, Ghana, and South Korea. They should, in theory, qualify from uh, from this group. They have they have a high pedigree. Yes, Uruguay have won the World Cup twice and Portugal zero times, but Portugal are a decent team, and so are Uruguay. I was just checking out their squad for the World Cup, and they have some really, really, really good players: Valverde, Bentancur, Suarez, Cavani, Nunez, Ugarte, who plays for Sporting Lisbon. Defending wise, they have decent players as well. So let's see what effect this has. We'll find out more on Wednesday and Thursday. How we'll deep dive into it more and more layers of this interview will come out to light. But uh, but uh, uh, but then we can't be insensitive from any point of view. We have to take everything we have to take everything in a balanced way. We can't be taking one side, Ronaldo's or Manchester United's. It has to be balanced, because we don't know what has been going on in the background. Another thing I wanted to say before going off for today was Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if you know or not, has been seeing, or the news was that he had been seeing a therapist, psychiatrist, or something like that, for some of the issues that he had. This was just reported somewhere, so not sure where Ronaldo is with this kind of stuff, but but anyways, let's see what happens. I'm sure that there won't be a shortage of clubs when for Cristiano Ronaldo, and we'll know more when it happens, and the direction it takes, whether it's a bitter end or you know a mutual parting of ways. There is, of course. It can't be all hunky dory. So let's see what happens. Anyways, that's it from my side. Please do subscribe to the channel if possible, and do like the video so that it can reach more and more people. Subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and if you don't like the content, then you can always let me know and unsubscribe as well. So if you please like the video, and do subscribe to the channel. So hi, uh, how are you? So do let me know what you think of the content that I do. So Uh, anyways, if you have anything to ask me, you can ask me. You've just gone through the whole thing, and then we'll see where we are. The full interview. What do I think CS7 next club will be? I don't know. He's been linked with Chelsea. Apparently, Chelsea are the favorites to sign him. Todd Bowley wanted to sign him in the August transfer window, summer transfer window, and yeah. So apparently, if you go by Twitter, Chelsea are the club that are the bookies, or the favorites to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. In the summer, he was also. I don't think Messi will go to Manchester City. I don't think so. It could happen. Manchester City wanted Cristiano Ronaldo as well. So I mean, I doubt it will happen. Where is Manchester United? Where is Messi going to play at Manchester City? He's not going to play in Erling Haaland's position. They already have Julian Alvarez, they have Phil Foden, they have Bernardo Silva. So I don't think Messi will go to Manchester City. Messi, if anything, is going to either a MLS club, or going back to Barcelona, or River Plate, back in Argentina. So I just don't think Messi will end up at Manchester City. Going back to Ronaldo, I think in the summer he was linked with Borussia Dortmund, Marseille, and Napoli. So, but I don't think they can. All those clubs can afford him. So, my guess, if I had to say, I would say either he makes an emotional return to Sporting Lisbon, or he goes back to or he goes to Chelsea. So or yeah, that's true. Messi is around. Messi is 36. I think Ronaldo will be 38 in February. So definitely last World Cup for these two. Ronaldo could play in 2024 Euros, but I think definitely the last World Cup for Messi. Messi even retired after the 2014, and he came back. So definitely the last World Cup for Messi and Ronaldo, and yeah, so definitely the last World Cup for Ronaldo. They are in Group H, as I said, with Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. So that's the thing. I think Uruguay and Portugal are the favorites for the two teams that qualify out of Group H. But Ghana and South Korea are decent teams. Ghana have some good players, including Thomas Partey, who's been in fine form. Um, who are other Ghana players? I just don't. I mean, like I know Ghanaian players, but no one is springing to mind. I'm sure they have Frank Kessie. Is he Ghanaian or is he Senegalese? So Ghana, Heung Min Son, unlikely to play in group stages, but I don't know if South Korea will qualify out of group stages or not. Uh, yeah, that's how where we are, and just would uh, love to see what do you call an amicable end to this whole situation, and then let's see what happens. Manchester United, feel for them. They would be conflicted with the way what is happening at the club. If you're a Manchester United fan, do let me know whether you are on Cristiano Ronaldo's side, neutral, or you think Manchester United, no player is bigger than the club, whatever the situation, and then you then which side of the coin you are on. I'll just tell you one story about the Newcastle, the club that I support. For 14 years, Mike Ashley was the owner, and the club was run on bare minimum essentials. There was no infrastructure. Even the stadium, St James's Park, that wasn't even cleaned. There were contracts handed out. There was no revenue, nothing. It was basically a rudderless ship, and no player still spoke about the club the way it was being run, and yeah. So I don't know whether Cristiano Ronaldo, he feels he's bigger than the club or not. But I mean, there comes a point where when you're pushed against the wall, there comes a time when you have to push back, right? You can't go any further back because there is a wall, so you have to push back. So maybe Cristiano Ronaldo reached a point where he said enough is enough. He had I alluded to this earlier. He had previously said that he would do this the truth interview, and now he has come out and done this thing. So I mean, I just keep reading stuff more and more, and then I keep talking about um, what what may or may not be, and what what next for the club, the player, and everyone involved. So yeah, that's where we are. So I guess I've basically, I think, covered every aspect of the club, and yeah. So every aspect of the club, the interview before it is made public, in the next couple of days. Let's see what happens, and I'm sure there will be a lot of column inches, that will be filled. Even today I was reading the Sun newspaper, not all of it, but just some headlines. Black sheep, I've been called, I'm a traitor, this kind of thing and that. So let's see what happens. Anyways, enough for me, enough from me. uh, if you have anything, do leave comments. Please do subscribe to the channel, and thanks for listening in. Do like the video if you're watching now or later, and then I'll see you in my next few videos, and then we'll catch up then. So till then, take care, stay safe. Bye for now. Do consider subscribing. Thank you.